After 2 years of serving his country, Jungkook was finally discharged from the military. On June 12, 2025, he stepped out of the base with neatly trimmed hair, a bare face without makeup, and eyes that looked calm yet full of longing. The cheers from hundreds of waiting fans couldn't match the racing beat of his heart, because one person was waiting more than anyone else. Outside the gate stood a woman in a black cap and mask, but her eyes couldn't be hidden from Jungkook. It was Lisa. She came quietly, avoiding the cameras, just to welcome the man she had waited 2 years for. Jungkook. Lisa whispered softly when they finally stood face to face. Lisa. Jungkook replied, his smile slowly blooming. He wanted to hug her, but instead held her hand tightly. I have plans for tonight. Lisa chuckled. What is it? A concert already? Something more important, Jungkook said, gazing at her warmly. I want to have dinner with you. But not just any dinner. I want to show you a place I dreamed about for the past 2 years. As the sun began to set, their car drove toward the hills on the outskirts of Seoul. After winding roads, they arrived at a hidden restaurant called Yunoya Sky. Located atop a hill, the restaurant had glass walls overlooking the glowing lights of the city below. The sky was golden orange, and in the middle of the room, a single table awaited them, surrounded by candles and white lilies. Lisa was stunned. You set all this up? Every night in the barracks, I thought about this, Jungkook said as he pulled out her chair. You, me, and a quiet dinner. No cameras, no stage. A server came by with white wine and a starter of scallops and floral salad. Soft music filled the background. They began talking, not as global idols, but as two people yearning for simple intimacy. During the military, the thing I missed most wasn't the stage, Jungkook said, looking into her eyes. It was dinners like this. Sitting, talking, watching you laugh. Lisa smiled, a blush tinging her cheeks. You've changed. But I like this version of you. Lisa. Jungkook set down his fork. I want you to know. I didn't just return from the military. I came back with a new determination. That includes protecting this relationship. More than ever. Lisa nodded softly. Me too. I learned a lot while you were gone. We may be busy, but I've realized, time like this is a treasure. As the main course arrived, Wagyu steak and truffle pasta, Jungkook pulled out his phone and showed her a photo folder. During training, I used to sketch my dream restaurant. One day, I want to open a place like this. Name? Lisa and Cook's Table. Lisa laughed in surprise. Seriously? Seriously. Only one table in it. Ours. The night ended with strawberry dessert and mint tea. But the sweetest part wasn't the food, it was the atmosphere between them. No paparazzi, no pressure. Just two hearts quietly understanding each other. When they stepped out of the restaurant, the sky was dark. Stars had begun to appear. Jungkook looked up, then turned to Lisa. Thank you for waiting for me. Lisa held his hand tightly. And thank you for coming back, more mature, warmer, more Jungkook than ever. They walked down toward the car, laughing softly, leaving behind the most beautiful restaurant that now held witness to their first night after a long wait. ****. The car moved slowly back toward the city. The moonlight reflected gently on the descending road from Yunoya Sky. Inside the car, only soft music and the heartbeat of two people stealing glances at each other filled the silence. Jungkook looked out the window and saw Lisa's sleeping face in the reflection. Her eyes closed peacefully, her hair draped over her shoulders. In his heart, Jungkook smiled. He had waited 2 years for moments like this. The car stopped in front of Lisa's apartment in Hanam. But as the driver reached to open the door, Lisa stirred and turned to Jungkook. Too early to go home, isn't it? She mumbled sleepily. Jungkook turned quickly. You mean? Lisa smiled. Stay with me a while. A cup of warm tea. I still haven't talked enough with you. Lisa's apartment always smelled of jasmine. The room was warm, lit by soft yellow lights and an aroma lamp glowing in the corner. Jungkook sat on the large L-shaped sofa, and Lisa came with 2 large mugs of chamomile tea. She sat beside him, their bodies gently leaning on each other. "So," Lisa said while blowing the steam, "what was the hardest part of military service?" Jungkook chuckled. "Waking up at 5 and running 10 kilometers with a 15-kilo pack." Lisa raised an eyebrow. "Seriously?" "Seriously. But the hardest part wasn't that," he added quietly. "It was the silence. Not being able to greet fans. Not being able to call you. Even sending an emoji wasn't allowed during guard duty." Lisa lowered her gaze. "I felt strange too. The K-pop world felt empty without you." Jungkook tilted his head, looking at her deeply. "But you kept shining. I watched all your performances in secret. When you appeared at Ken in that red dress, I was speechless in the barracks until a senior scolded me." Lisa burst out laughing. "Well, I watched her still with you at the military festival. I cried, you know?" A silence fell, but it wasn't awkward. It was comforting. Lisa set down her cup and leaned forward. "Jungkook," she said softly. "Are you sure we can do this again? The world outside is still the same. Reporters, rumors, harsh comments." Jungkook held her hand. "We can't control the world. But we can protect this small space, Lisa. A space just for us." Lisa looked at their tightly held hands. "I'm afraid of losing you again." Jungkook nodded. "Me too. But now I'm back, and this time, I'm not leaving again." It was 1:20 a.m. A light drizzle fell, tapping gently on the apartment window. Lisa stood up, pulled the curtains, and whispered, "Tonight, don't go home yet." Jungkook looked at her for a long moment. He stood and walked closer. "I don't want to go home tonight either." Lisa grabbed an extra pillow and pulled out a blanket. They didn't sleep in the bedroom, they stayed on the sofa. Lisa rested her head on Jungkook's shoulder, and he wrapped his arm around her. "If time could stop, I'd want this night to last forever," Lisa whispered. "No need to stop," Jungkook replied. "Because tomorrow morning, we'll still be together." Morning came with warm sunlight streaming through the window. Lisa woke up first and saw Jungkook still asleep beside her. She smiled, the peaceful face she had missed for so long was now just inches away. She gently touched his hair. "Jungkook," he blinked and smiled faintly. "Good morning, sorry, I don't have a fancy breakfast," Lisa muttered shyly. "Just cereal and milk." Jungkook laughed. "Cereal with you tastes better than steak alone." They sat at the small dining table, eating cereal while listening to old songs from Lisa's phone.